Tonight's live around 5. It's for you if you ever worry about money. What are the 5 money magic numbers that you need to know to really have a control of what's going on with your money? I have to tell you, it brings such incredible peace. It's different mindset when you are comfortable with where your money is and where you're going. And so it's not as hard as it seems. It seems like maybe this impossible. A family member of ours once called it the Rock of Gibraltar, their big debt, but it doesn't have to be that hard. Knowing these numbers is going to empower you. It's going to put you in a position to be able to manifest and do what you need to do to get your financial freedom straight. And it's a huge part of resilience, because when we're worried about money, we're worried about a lot of stuff, right? So here are the magic numbers to know. The first is your monthly budget. Know how much you have going out every single month. This will help you in so many ways. First of all, you'll know exactly what you need. You'll catch things, second, that you are maybe double billing, like maybe you and your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other both have a Netflix account, and you could get rid of one of those, right? It's going to allow you to control what's going out as well. I know one of the areas that we can really fluctuate in our household are either, maybe the food budget. Maybe we've got home chef for a few nights, but then we go out to a restaurant for a few nights. If we want to pull back and be within our budget range, maybe we'll cook at home the nights that we were thinking of going out to a restaurant. We find home chef ends up being less expensive than shopping or eating at a restaurant in many ways. Let's say that all of a sudden that you're paying a lot of interest on a credit card, and because you know that, you're now more focused on paying down the balance in that credit card. Knowing your budget is a huge part of taking your power back and knowing your magic money numbers. Second is your monthly income. Now, this is a place that you can expand dramatically. This is the best time in really our lifetime to add additional income streams. It's pretty much just understood and accepted that people are into a variety of income streams. We have a few businesses. We're growing a new one today now. And I don't think you really know a lot of people who don't do something on the side, which is really cool. Maybe it's an MLM like Young Living or Rodan and Fields. Maybe it's their own photography business in addition to their work. Maybe they're a fitness coach, right? So a lot of people have regular day jobs and then side businesses that can make your income increase. One of the things I always emphasize that you have in your monthly budget is some form of residual income. This is where the magic is, right? This is where you're building up money that's going to come in. So you're not, even when you're not working at it. So it's not belly to belly, hour for hour, closing for closing for my notary people. It's literally money that will continue to come in whether you work or not. It may go up or go down depending on how you set yourself up. And so that's one of your goals, is to have an element like that in there. Next is your total debt. This freezes a bunch of people right now, but stay with me. Open those envelopes. Know your number. When you know how much you owe, you can start to make a plan to attack it. I've been there. I've been where it just seemed humanly impossible to get out of debt. And now I'm on the other side. It was not a fun journey, but the minute I knew my numbers, things got easier. It stopped being this impossible task with, I don't even know what kind of a challenge. I knew exactly what I needed to do. And I've been able to get healthy with my money really quicker than anticipated because I started an extra business. The minute I realized what my debt truly was, I started a business and was able to pay it off much quicker because of that. The other thing is your net worth. This is just everything that you may have to your name. It could include things that are variable, like a property. Maybe you have equity in that property. Maybe it's a retirement account. Maybe it's some precious jewelry or whatever it may be. It's all of your assets minus all of your debts and things that you owe. So it gives you an idea of what your net worth is. Obviously, our goal is to increase that for you, because when you are at peace and financially free, you are really in a different position to take care of your health, to take care of your resilience, to take care of your friendships, right? It's just a different mindset. Last but not least, you want to know your number for retirement, especially if you're young. This is important. And you might be thinking, it should be the opposite. I don't think I need to know that yet. But if you're young, this is when you can make the biggest dent in this number. A small amount invested today will get you much farther, then let's say I'm in my 50s. If I start all of a sudden investing now to try to make up that ground, it's not really going to help me. Time is not on my side. I invested long, long ago, which is part of what my net worth is today. If you're young and you start investing, that compound interest is going to work for you so well. If you're not young, knowing those first few numbers will really give you power, because you can say, okay, what is my budget? How much am I going to have coming in when I'm working? And how much am I going to have coming in when I'm retired? Maybe you have a pension. Maybe you have Social Security. Maybe you have some sort of IRA that you've invested in. But it'll give you an idea of how to close the gap between where you are now and where you want to be for retirement. When you know these numbers, no joke, everything changes. And I knew my numbers when they were dark and dim. I'm not saying knowing your numbers is great when you have money. Knowing your numbers is your power, because it's going to put you in a position to take action, especially if you're anxious around money, and just manage to work yourself through all of these different numbers so you know exactly what you need to do, set your goals, and get a path to those goals. I get it. It can be really scary and it can be really overwhelming, but nothing changes if we sit in the darkness and ignorance. It's only when we truly identify what we want to do and work on it that things can change. Tomorrow, I'm going to share my secret with you of what I did to shift my money mindset that I think really changed everything. The first step was knowing my magic numbers. I hope you do know your numbers and that you do feel great about money, but if you don't, you're not alone. Follow along for more tips, because we've been there and we're reaching back to try to help folks that are dealing with that same struggle so they can have the same feeling of success and peace that we have now. So have an amazing night. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow live around